Am I on air? Yes, I'm on the air. Hi, my name is Emily Iannelli, and I'm doing a video in tribute to my friends and my family, my loved ones, my mom, who's up in heaven, God rest her soul, my dad, who's up in heaven, God rest his soul. The video is for my wife, dedicated to my wife, Maria Iannelli, who I love. She's the love of my life. My son, who's in the hospital still, who I miss dearly, and I think about every day, every waking hour, and in my dreams. This video is to wish my wife and son a very happy Valentine's Day, and also I want to wish my friends, they know who they are, but I'll name some. I can't name them all because obviously I'm 53 now and my memory is not so good. And it has nothing to do with my hormones. Actually, my hormones make me feel very good inside. I'm very happy. I'm transitioning to become a woman, and I'll tell you, it's the best thing in my life that could happen aside from the birth of my son and getting married, of course. But for me, I knew I was different. I've always been different. I'm transgender. I'm out of the hospital. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And I know you're going to get upset when I tell you the reason. But I can't help it. I succumbed to my depression. And I wanted to kill myself. Depression is bad. But I'm trying slowly to get back on the right track. That's why I like to travel. When I went up to Toronto to meet the band of my dreams, Dream Aria, no pun intended, I had an awesome time. I was treated like royalty. Ann Burstyn, Don Stagg, Ted Shred, all the band members were awesome. And there's just something about being in a rock band that is truly intriguing to me. Because the band members, it's like amazing how some of them come about. You always wonder, how did these bandmates come to be? And they perform so musically, so talented. When I went to see Dream Aria, I was so amazed. I thought they were wonderful. And I felt bad for the technical problems that they encountered as far as other bands dropping out, which kind of nixed their opportunity to go on and perform. I was very sad for them, not for myself or my friend, because we wanted to see them anyway, and we got the best thing we could ever hope for. We actually got to live with them for the day. We got to watch them play in rehearsal. They even signed CDs for me. I mean, they treated me like gold. And I love Ann Burstyn. Ann, if you're here and you're listening to me, I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. And I just want you to know that I am doing better. I'm recovering. It's gonna take time, but I am healing. Donald Stagg, a gentleman. Anne, you should hear her sing. Her voice is like angelic. Her voice is angelic. And Don Stagg, he plays a keyboard like I never seen anybody play a keyboard. He's truly amazing. And all the musicians. I wish I could be a musician, I really do. In fact, I plan to go back up to Canada to see Dream Aria, and this time I want to see them perform live. They're an amazing band, they truly are, and they inspired me to want to live, to study and practice music, and I want to do the same for my son. My son is autistic, and from what I got a cold. But my son is autistic too, and they say that for autistic children, music is a joy. It's a wonder, and it truly is, believe me. I've been listening to music since I was a 5-year-old kid. I knew I was transgender when I was 4. My son was diagnosed with autism when he was 3. So we have a lot of commonalities because my son loves music, I love music. In fact, my son loves the music of my generation, of the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. And he's born in 1998, but his favorite music is the 60s, 70s, and 80s. He even loves Susanna Hoffs like I love Susanna Hoffs. I mean, this kid is amazing. And I played Dream Aria for him, and he just loves them. I played Selena Garcia for him, and Selena Garcia is another up-and-coming star who's a wonderful, talented musician who I am also friends with. So my heart goes out to Selena Garcia, Ann Burston, Don Stagg, and Dream Aria. I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, and I want to see you all again in performance. The Accidentals, also another group I love. There's so many groups, and Jimmy Page I'm a fan of, and I'm actually a friend with him on Facebook. I mean, who doesn't know the best guitarist in realistic terms is Jimmy Page, I would have to say. Jimmy Page is amazing, and when I hear that song, Stairway to Heaven, I am just truly, truly blown away. You know, there is not a song that touches my heart as much as that song. And it is amazing. I could listen to that song morning, day, and night. Led Zeppelin was a big part of my life when I was a kid. And I was always amazed by that band and how they performed. And sadly, they too lost a very good musician to a drug overdose. You know, these things happen, you know. But that band was strong and they rose above it, though they lost a big part of their band. You know, not many bands can recover after losing their drummer. And they went on hiatus, I believe, for a time, but, you know, they came back and they performed in honor of their fallen bandmate. But this is something that I wish to tell you. I've been in the hospital the last 3 weeks for a suicide attempt. And it's hard for me to talk about it. But it's serious business. I have a son who's very ill. He's got problems emotionally. I have problems emotionally. I don't know anybody who doesn't have problems emotionally. My son, I can't tell you how much I love my son. I wish I could just touch him and take his pain away, his suffering. His suffering is the byproduct of his autism. He's very lonely, isolated, like I was as a little kid, because I was born a boy, but I always identified as a girl. I was Edward Donald Iannelli III, which is my name, and I'm very proud of that name. That name was given to me by my parents, my loving mother and my loving father. So I don't mean any disrespect. I want to keep that name. But I use AKA Emily Iannelli. Emily, excuse me, I got a very itchy itch on my nose, and it's horrible when you itch like that. Sorry, and plus I got the sniffles. Anyway, what I was saying was, Edward Donald Iannelli III is my formal name. My transgender name is Emily Denise Iannelli. And I happened to choose Emily because in a vision, I just loved that name, and I heard it in a dream. And I knew that was the name that I wanted to go with. And Denise, I always loved that name, Denise, Emily Denise. It sounds nice. And Iannelli is my name, my heritage. I love that name. I wanted to name my son Edward Donald Ainali the Fourth, but my wife said enough already, so we named him Matthew Edward. And deep down in my heart, I wanted him to be the fourth. But in reality, I'm Emily. So I'm like breaking the tradition, so to speak. Because that's how I identify, but I'm not changing my name. The only time I'll change my name is if I have the surgery to have my vagina. Right now, that doesn't look anywhere near possible because it's expensive and I can't fly to Thailand. Though, if I were to do the surgery, Thailand would be the place that I would do it at. But from what I understand, the surgery's like 15,000. But it's a lot more reasonable than in the States. In the States it would cost me 50,000. And there's no way I could do it. So, I must make the best of my situation. I'm a male to female transgender, and I would go as far to say that I'm a male to female pre-op transsexual. But I'm a good person. I just identify as a girl. There's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, a lot of people have problems with that. But I have some good friends and family, even though my sisters have abandoned me. I still have my wife by my side. I have my son who adores me, and I adore him. I love my wife. I would never do anything to hurt her. It's just I'm trying to be true to myself. Don't we all want to achieve happiness in our life? Don't we want to feel good about ourselves? Isn't that what life is supposed to be? Well, I'm gonna cut this video off shorter than I normally do, because I normally do 29 minutes. But I think, in fairness to people who view my videos who want to change the video as soon as they see me talk, I'm hoping that people will come to know me and realize that I have an important message to share, and that people shouldn't be ashamed to hear me out, because what I have to say is very important. And if I could do anything to help someone who struggles with autism, depression, suicide ideation, or transgender, I would do that. That's the whole point of my social outlets. I do social outlets, social media I should say. Well, it is an outlet. But I do social media for a purpose. It's my way of sending the message out. And I have good message. We should love each other, we should respect each other, we should look after each other, and we should have love in our hearts for each other. That's the whole spirit of Valentine's Day. And I'm not going to leave without saying a Valentine's Day kudos to some of my best friends from high school. Now, I said the music friends that I have, which are Ann Burstyn, Donald Stagg, Andy William, Ted Shred is the nickname. I think his name is Andrew, but I'm not sure. All I know is he plays an awesome violin and an awesome guitar. The Accidentals, who are two lovely young ladies, Savannah Buist and Katie Larson, and Selena Garcia, and Jimmy Page. And there are a lot of musicians that I'm fans of, that I could name. But if I do that, then I'll be on this video for 29 minutes plus. I also want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to my wife, Maria, my son, Matthew, my mother-in-law, Teresita. I want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to my sisters, even though they don't talk to me, Kathy, Joan Marie. I want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to my friends, Jeff Saper, who made the trip to Toronto with me and was there for me to help me. I want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to my high school friends at Belmore JFK, Belmore, New York, Rachel Fishman, Karen Steinberg, Barry Lewis, Rachel Fishman, Martin Schindelheim, Dorothy Egling, and her marriage name I don't remember. So many. I don't want to miss people. But like I said, my memory is short term. I can't remember things anymore. I know I'm forgetting people, but I'm not intending to. I don't know. I don't want to just hesitate too much and when wind this down to no words. But collectively, I will say Valentine's Day is a day for all. We should enjoy it. Oh yeah, I want to wish my mother who's in heaven a happy Valentine's Day, and my father who's in heaven a happy Valentine's Day. Now, I've been in the hospital for 3 weeks, and it really was horrible. Not the hospital was truly wonderful. I happen to be in one of the best hospitals in New York State. South Oaks is a wonderful hospital. But I was struggling with depression. I was around some people that were really, really, really sick. And if you push buttons not intending to, there would be like a war. I mean, it's crazy. I felt sorry for all the attendants. But I was kind of just going about my own way, you know. I didn't have any problems with anybody. I also want to wish happy Valentine's Day to my fellow patients. And I hope the ones that are still in recovery get well. We have to feel that we're all in this together. And that means that we must pull for each other. You know? What is life if we don't pull for each other? You know? I got specially dressed today, but I'm all dressed up with no place to go. All dressed up with no place to go. I don't know if you know the musician who sang that, but he's one of my favorites. And I believe his real name is Jim Steinman, but the name he goes by as a performer is Meatloaf. Obviously you all know Meatloaf. Not the dinner, the musician. I have been feeling very, very, very isolated. I am not working anymore. I'm on disability. I'm severely depressed. I have emotional problems. I attempted suicide just this year. No, I'm sorry. Between last year and this year, 7 times. All unsuccessful, obviously. The closest that I came to sacrificing my life was overdosing on aspirin and sleeping pills. And they had to make me drink some chalky substance and pump my stomach. And it was horrible. I swear I don't want to go through that pain again. And what is suicide? What does it mean? Why do people do it? I think my father committed suicide because he missed his wife, my mom, who died many, many years before. It was 1990 when my mom died. She was only 49. And she struggled. She struggled with depression. She had a lot of issues, but she was a loving mother, loving wife, and she was a beautiful person. And my dad was never the same after that. My dad, I wish you a happy Valentine's Day too, you and Mom. I felt for my dad. My dad was a good man. He worked hard. He was a great role model, a loving father, loving husband. To me and my two sisters, he was a joy, and we miss him terribly. But as they say, life has to move ahead. We have to forge on. That's one thing that I think is a very bad thing, that we have to live and forget. I can't forget my parents. They're my heritage. Without my parents, I wouldn't be here. But I also apologize to them for the pain that I suffer, just like I feel sad for my son who suffers pain. I didn't want to bring a child into the world for them to hurt, to be in pain. I wanted to bring a child into the world with my wife that is happy and can do many good things in his life. I don't want my son to be a slave. I want him to find something that he enjoys and that he can put all his time and energies into, that will make him a better person and the world a better place to live. You know, when you're born, you don't expect it. You know, it just happens. You didn't ask to be born. But when you're born and you have wonderful parents, you should feel protected. You should feel like you're very fortunate, because there are a lot of children born to either parents that are abusive, parents who suffer misery, or parents who tragically die. You know, it's like, and I don't understand why some people have such tough lives. You know, we want to live to be happy. We don't want to live to be slaves. We don't want to live because we have a mortgage that we have to pay off and basically live and work till the day we die, until the mortgage is paid off. To me, that's not life. Life is about living, being happy, finding yourself, being true to who you are. If you're a male to female transgender, then that's what you are. Nobody can tell you how to live your life. You have to live and be joyful for who you are. That's how I live now. I lived in the closet for 48 years, you know, and it's not a good thing. It really isn't. It sucks. Now I'm living as a male to female transgender. I go by Emily. When I went to see Dream Aria, they referred to me as Emily. They wrote my CDs, they autographed them as Emily. You know, and I'm just so proud to have such wonderful people that I meet. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but I try to do the best I can. And I just want to say that we should never get down on ourselves. We should always find a way to believe that we're here for a purpose. Even though I tried to mess it up by taking my life, I can't do that. I have a son who needs me. I have to be there for him. Even though I'm a woman, now transitioning to be a woman, I am still a father to my son. And I always tell him, Maddie, no matter how different I look on the outside, I'm the same person on the inside. I'm only doing what I need to do to find my own peace and happiness. But Maddie, I will always be your father. That's my role. That's the love of my life. You are the love of my life, you and your mother. And I will be there for you. I'm saving college money for you. That's for you and you alone. And Maddie, I wish you the bestest, happiest Valentine's Day, and I hope that you come home soon, because Mommy and Daddy and Grandma miss you very, very much. And we do not enjoy being here and not seeing you and talking with you and just sharing life with you. You are what makes us happy, and we love you so, 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 so much. And we're lost, Maddie. We're truly lost. I'm going to say a prayer, and I'm going to wrap this up. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to accept the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I am praying for my son, for my wife, for myself, for my friends. I just want, and for the world, all those starving children in Africa, all those suffering people dying in war. Why can't we live in peace and harmony? Like John Lennon said, power to the people, peace on earth. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with me. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy just bounty. Forgive me, O Lord, for I have sinned. O my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins because of thy just punishment, but most of all because they offend me, my Lord. With the help of thy grace, I firmly resolve to avoid the near occasion of sin. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with me. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy bounty. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Well, with that said, I will wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're all managing well in New York, Canada, wherever you've been hit with the snow down south. I wish happy Valentine's Day to my wife, my son, my family, my friends, my cousins, my Aunt June, my Aunt Ann, my Aunt Barbara, my Aunt Joni, my Aunt Pat, so many people. Uncle Donald, Uncle Bobby, Uncle Billy. God bless my Uncle Donald, God rest his soul. I wish you a happy Valentine's Day in heaven, Uncle Donald. My mom also in heaven, my dad also in heaven. So I will wrap up now. And one last thing before I go is that I have felt depressed, sad, emotionally cut off, isolated, in pain. There's no reason why somebody has to take their life. And never let people bully you around. Never let people get the best of you. For by and large, most people that I know are wonderful people. I never met a person I didn't like. But there are people that are mean-spirited. They may not mean to be, but that is the fact. And we have no control over how people are to react to us, how they perceive us, how they judge us. All I can say is never let people judge you and tell you you're something that you're not. If you believe in your heart and soul that you are a good person, and somebody tells you you are an idiot, don't listen to them, because you are a good person, and you should be proud of who you are, and don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Happy Valentine's Day.